Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
Bring them off some. Yeah. Bring them off some. Broadcasting live from the Functional Veterans Center of Excellence. Whoop, whoop. On this 2-2 June. Man, it's almost July. 2023, the Lord, the year of our Lord and our dumpster fire, I guess you'd say. Man, the year of our dumpster fire. How about that? I'm your host. Welcome to Sergeant's Time. U.S. Army WTF Moments. WTF Nation Radio. Man, here to, you start quick, sign in. Yeah, that's right. Pass that sign in roster around. And make sure you sign in for peeps. Make sure you cover them. I got nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you get the message out, right? Man, I'm kind of tongue twisted right now due to the fact that we are now streaming our inaugural post. It's supposed to happen on Tuesday, but there were some tech issues, so I decided to take it this time, and we're now broadcasting on a platform called Kick. And so Kick is the new gaming, streaming, multi-everything podcast gamer just for conversation, dialogue. It's happening on Kick now. So I'm not saying we're finished with Twitch. We're just like, let's try out Kick. And it's all Pop Culture Warrior's fault. Michael Kataskio's fault for CQ for saying, hey man, we need to do this. Hey man, we need to do that. So I listen to what he has to say, listen to his pitch, and there we go. So now I have we have more channels, which is kind of cool. Curious to see how this is going to work out. I've already seen some chat conversation, seen some little viewers poking in. So welcome to Sergeant's Time on the Kick side of the house on Kick Streaming. If you want to go to check it out, you can go ahead on Kick /Sergeant's Time, kick.com/Sergeant's Time, and you'll see it thrown in there. I threw the link in the chat so that way you guys can check it out. Also, Twitter tweeted it and all this other stuff. So that way you guys and gals can see on the Kick side of the house how the WTF Nation handles it. So there you go. I had a little humble brag there. No, I'm bragging. We're rocking. It ain't no good idea, Ferry. We're just expanding our horizons. Isn't that what we get told as guys? Like, I'm just expanding my horizons and whatever. But yeah, there you go. If DMs could talk. But anyways, so welcome to Sergeant's Time. Again, I just want to throw in that quick announcement. Before I went on air, though, I was already on quick. God, I was already on Kick streaming. So, what's up, Spanky? Can't wait for you to get back to Sergeant's Timing. Muchas gracias. Mwah. Por los besos. Who was that, Spanky? Was that from you? Or was that from somebody in your crew? So there you go. I just wanted to say. So anyways, let's roll on to the news. I know I'm kind of amped because I had to do an intro on another platform, and then before all the switches went up for all the other groups on Twitter, Facebooks, and YouTube, I was streaming exclusively on Kick for about 10 minutes, and then before I went live, which probably why you're like, wow, damn, he's on time. No, it's because I was running out of things to say. So at any rate, I want to shout out again. Hey, it's not a good idea, fairy shit, man. CQ's got some good stuff going on, Pip. He's got some good ideas. I trust him. I trust him. So at any rate, what were we talking about? Oh yeah. So we're going to go ahead and discuss an update. We're going to have a follow-up to an event that had happened. What had happened was way back, a while back, and it was some time ago where we got the word we got the word that that there was a situation down at First Special Forces Command at Camp Liberty or Fort Liberty, whatever you want to call it. Liberty, 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 liberty. Those memes are already coming out, formerly known as Fort Bragg. Bucket Bragg. Where's Josiah? I need you to have my Bucket Bragg freaking text in there, comments in there. At any rate, what's cool about this? This is a good update. This is a great news. I don't want to rehash a lot of drama because how could I say this? If the drama was good, if there's a good positive outcome, then why discuss the drama when we could discuss the good news? I'd rather have good news being discussed, things being worked out, than having to deal with the drama. But as you guys know, that there's my Josiah right there. Make sure you get. Hey Josiah, make sure those people in the back right there got the sign-in roster 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You said yes. So make sure this they're signed in. At any rate, it was a story that we had talked about a few months back, and it was a story about how do I say this? First Special Forces Command was going to do a rebuilding of their memorial. But that rebuilding of memorial was going to take place on top of another memorial. Does that make sense? So basically, what it is it's a story of Mike Dickinson and Gloria Grace Dickinson. I remember you guys remember me bringing her onto the show. At first, we started talking about it, and then we brought her onto the show about the story. So basically, there was a story about the Dickinson mock-up. You guys know what the mock-up is? You guys, are you airborne, non-airborne types? A mock-up is a facility where paratroopers go and train to rehearse before they go on a jump. So you show up, you do initial manifest, and then you do your final manifest, and then you do your what they call sustained airborne training, where you got to go through the motions to see it hits, jumpers hit it, yada 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 yada. And so it's one of those things to where it's done, actually it has to be done before a jump. Before any airborne operation that you see, there's been rehearsals that have been conducted prior to that airborne event. So it does a lot to jump in, and a lot, no pun intended, a lot of events happening before that. Well, there's a facility, and that facility has simulated, it's a simulated room where you can, where it's a simulated, I won't say a room. It's like a mock-up. It's exactly like what you expect to see in a C-130 or a C-17. It's got cables on top, anchor line cables on top. So that way the universal static line snap hook can go ahead and go inside, and then paratroopers will go ahead and simulate as if they're exiting the aircraft. So that way jump masters can rehearse, jumpers can rehearse, any AARs that can happen. I want to legify this so that way, non-jumpers understand what does that mean. And basically after that, then you conducted what's called, PLF. You go on a PLF platform at minimum 24 inches, blah, blah, blah. And then you jump off, you do to execute a parachute landing fall, yada, 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 yada. Then you assemble, collect your chutes, yada, yada. So that facility was named after, the original facility was named after Mike Dickinson, who was killed in Iraq. And so there was a plaque, and then there was a facility named for him. Well, there was going to be a plan to tear that facility down. Another type memorial was going to be set up, but there was no status of what was going to happen to Mike's his plaque, the facility, whatever. Well, after having Gloria Grace come on, after discussing this with some leadership, it's been built. It's ready to go. The Dickinson mock-up is going to be rededicated. Basically, it's going to be a little bit further. It's going to be around the same area, but it's going to be a little bit closer to the. I would say more to there's a wood line right there. If you guys have not been to Fort Bragg, you've not seen the Cy War Lane or the Cy Battalion facility. And so that's going to get that's been built. It's been done. I've seen it myself with my own eyes, and they're going to do a rededication ceremony. And so with that rededication ceremony, I'm kind of freaking stoked. So I'm happy to announce that in July, July 17th, as a matter of fact, at 0630 hours or 6:30 a.m. in the morning for those of you who don't habla, you guys and gals could go ahead if you're on Fort Liberty and check out the dedication ceremony of the new memorial mock-up. And that memorial mock-up's going to be, there's going to be a ruck event, and then there's going to be a remembrance of Mike Dickinson afterwards. So I plan on being there. So all you Liberty people, what do you mean you people? But anyways, all you Liberty people, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be back at Liberty or back at Bragg to attend this. I already talked to a couple of retirees that will be more than happy to join me for some coffee. Yeah, I am of how do I say this? I am of age and physical impairment that I ran the War Horses for Veterans 5K, and the docs were like, "Yeah, okay, good job. That's for you. That's you're not gonna do any more." So if you see in the bottom line, there's Command Sergeant Major Murphy, BJ.Murphy. 1 at SOCOM.mil. We'll get the information out there to you. And of course, as time gets closer to the event, which is in about a month, you'll be able to attend. I'm going to post pictures and I'll post videos and all that. And I'm pretty sure, the 9th Psyop Battalion crew, the 8th group and the 4th Psyop group. And for Special Forces Command, we'll be more than have, I'm pretty sure we'll be throwing up the socials and the adverts and all that. So military is OCP bottoms, unit shirt and boots. And then civilians like athletic attire, except for my ass. My ass is going to be chilling, probably going to be wearing like a polo shirt or something like that with some jeans and then drinking some coffee, passing coffee and donuts to all the kids. And exactly that. It's time to rub shoulders with the brass and get featured guests. So more to follow on this event, but I just thought I'd give you guys and gals an update on this is what's happening with the Dickinson mock-up. And this is a happy closure to the story and a good follow up. And I appreciate the guys and gals over at the 9th Psyop Battalion and the 8th Psyop group to get me posted and get me spun up on this. I'm excited. Again, this is going to be cool. So I'm going to fly in, hang out, do the event, and then that's it. So it's the end of the month that the guy gets sent to NTC. Not that we're tracking so far. We are not tracking that the individual is attending NTC, but we're keeping a close eye on it. Does that make sense? We're keeping tabs to make sure that the individual is not going. Does that make sense? I don't want it to like. What I don't want to do is I don't want to add more to something that's probably already fixed and that could potentially make the situation worse. And you have to forgive me. I'm mushmouth today, man. Poof. I cannot talk. Do I have the capability to go live from this event? I do. Actually, I do. I do have the capability to go in live for this event. Well, more than likely, if it's going to happen at 6:30 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. So more than likely, what we'll probably do is we'll probably post it on WTF Nation Radio's Facebook page. Hell, I can see if I can go if I can do the freaking global, like have everybody do it, but I don't know if it's gonna be, you guys gonna be up early enough in the morning to check it out? I mean, I'll post it on WTF Nation Radio's Facebook page, so you'll be able to see it. I'll be able to post some videos too. I'll grab some videos in that and probably do like a follow-up for that following Thursday. How about that? Dave? David, I'll do this. We'll post that, we'll live stream it on the day of, and then I'll talk about it on that following Sergeant's time. How about that? That'll work. I think that'll be good because it'll be that Thursday. The event's happening on Monday, so I won't be probably doing the Monday edition that day. So more than likely I'll be off that day, and so more than likely I'll probably have it on Thursday. So there you go. The win-win. So I can't wait. Are you guys seeing any other chats or something like that? You guys are quiet. I'm not seeing any. You guys are like being real quiet. Everything okay? Y'all doing good? Or y'all waiting? I'm gonna tell you what's happening right now, and this is on both Facebook pages. So if you're not seeing much traffic on Facebook, U.S. Army WTF Moments Thursday Gold Corp, U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio posted something that was okay, that was. I how do I say this? I don't want to say that it was bad. It was just, fucking. It was just the post. WTF Nation Radio posted the same thing. I think we shared it or we did something. Anyway, at any rate, we got restricted. We got our page restricted. We got. We're not we're not our footprint has been kind of squashed a little bit on Facebook and on I think it's just Facebook. I think the YouTube one was because of something we talked about, and they still won't unrestrict us on YouTube due to the fact that I don't know, we talked about some stuff that had to do with COVID that was on the news that Kaz and Pookie covered on Friday Night Freedom. And so there you go. That's it. So at any rate, yes, I do want to acknowledge. If you guys not been following the news, they did find remnants of the sub, and the mini sub that was an implosion that was detected Sunday, and relayed that information to Titanic-bound submersible search efforts. So I guess it had imploded already way back. The debris from the missing submersible found about 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic, which rests about 13,000 feet in the Atlantic Ocean. So there's some of the military connection that the Navy, and everyone was like kind of going mad and getting upset about. They should have had this. My stream is freezing. Is it really? Is it? No, I'm seeing it. I'm not seeing where it's at. It's saying it's live. What are you talking about? Check your API. If you're using Facebook, did Facebook crash? No, it's live. I see myself live. I glitched about 30 seconds. This is the story of my life. Let's see. Hang on. Yeah. Now I'm back. See, that was weird. That's what she said. I'm back up. See, I'm telling you, man, we're getting zucked. Zuck is zucking with us. I hope Elon kicks his ass. Did you hear about probably a Friday Night Freedom segment? But did you hear about Elon and Zuck doing a possible cage match? There you go. Oh, you thought it was you, but it was not. Yeah, I don't know what was up with that. Did it glitch? Really? Okay. I'm gonna look. I got green on there. It says according to some, I got more viewers now. I'm coming back to that was. Yeah, exactly. It was right after I brought up Kaz and Pookie. That's what it was, man. That's what it was, Holly. Bringing up Kaz and Pookie. So what if I bring up something else? Will that get me busted too? That'll get me blocked. Anyways, let me continue with the flow. It is, man. It's Facebook blows, man. So real quick, there was a story that was about ready to break that right came on. As soon as I said Ivan, yeah. Where is it? Where's the story? There's a story that's currently developing right now that I want to gather more notes before I just start hand jamming it. But apparently, a war criminal has gone through law school and is going to be practicing. Is going to be attending or going to be taking the bar in Oklahoma. Clint Laurence, you guys remember that guy? I seem to be a bit quiet. How far? How far? It will get you super zucked. Exactly. Yeah, it had to been Rona, and it had to been the fight. So, but anyways, there's a story right now that's breaking. Well, not breaking really, but it's just something that's going on in the military side of the house. Is that we have had. Yeah, apparently he's going to be taking the bar. He's going to. If you guys don't know who it is, he was the guy that was convicted. It was cleared. Well, he was pardoned, I should say, by Trump for war crimes. It's not breaking; it's broken. Yeah. He was convicted of court-martial, sentenced to serve time and be dismissed from the service. But D. Treasy pardoned him, and so but the dismissal still stands. So just letting you know that more to follow on the story. This is a breaking story that's slowly coming through the web right now, and everybody's like going, shit. So more to follow on that. That kind of threw me off because I was going to talk about this other stuff, and then you guys like glitched me up on some shit on this glitch. Hang on, there you go. Okay, so a story that we're talking about right now is, and there's a video game that CQ talked about on Tuesday, last Pop Culture War, I think it was, and it was a story about 6 days in Fallujah. You guys know that everyone's talking about how soon is too soon, and this is according to the Marine Corps Times. Matt Sampson, writer for the Marine Corps Marine Times, wrote an article about how soon is too soon. 18 years later, after the Battle of Fallujah, it was November 2004. U.S. and Allied forces descended on an insurgent-heavy controlled city of Fallujah in Iraq's Al-Anbar province. And for 6 weeks, they fought house to house, room by room. So individuals are saying that the game is too soon. Is it too soon, too real? I don't know. Is it too soon, too real? Is it too much to ask that you kind of hold off on a video game like that? I know there was some issue of there was a couple other games where you got to play the Taliban and was Medal of Honor. And CQ, as a matter of fact, good eye there, Pop Culture Warrior. Pop Culture Warrior's in my Kick chat. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Doing that cross-pollination on the Pop Culture Warrior side on Kick. But CQ's got a giveaway for a free download of the game. I'm pretty sure he's going to announce it probably on Kick before he like flips the switches like I just did to go live. And anyways, so is it too soon? Is it too much? Is it too much that we have a video game that goes through some stuff? I don't know if you are out there. I know CQ was talking about this as well. If you are participating in a game that you were involved, maybe your friends were killed or maybe wounded or something like that, do you think it's too soon to have a game out already of a battle? I mean, I would kind of like imagine, I'm going to put it this way. If I was engaged in something and I was, just let you guys know right now, meme the fuck out of shit, okay? I believe in memes, so please meme it up. If you guys have any discussions of hey, did you hear about ICE? Of course, we all go. I'm just going to say that. But be sure to memorialize me with memes. I want to see, I want everybody to laugh, memes and stuff like that. They're also, me and Spanky talked about this. I'm also going to have a big monitor, up, posting all my DMs of everybody who talks shit about. I want to see people throw hands. That's how I want to be memorialized. Even if there's some stuff that I did in the military where it was fun, and we were doing it up and hanging out and getting the mission knocked out, and something where that I want. Ooh, yeah. Oh man, CQ. I'm still waiting for 9/11, the game. Oh man, I don't know. There was not really military. Not really. How do I say this? It's not really military. Does that make sense? It's like I don't feel like doing that. I don't know. It wouldn't to the families. You know what I mean? It would just kind of like. So yes, yeah. Oh man, Pip, you're right, man. Let me get on that. Let me tell you the story about Rainbow Six Patriots. I'm glad you brought that up. Rainbow Six Patriots is a pretty freaking holy crap. It was a hot, controversial game. And reason why I say that is because it never happened, sadly. Yeah, a Titanic game. Ooh, VR first responder. Oh man. Okay, well there you go. VR first responder. A Titanic game. They're actually, you're talking about VR first responder. There are doctors that use VR and augmented reality to get medicine training on some of the machines that they use for their specific type of surgeries. So that actually is not too far from reality. But also, if you look at the way Rainbow Six Patriots came out, if Rainbow Six Patriots came out today, I'd have some chuckle fuck saying that it was a Gold Corp game, right? Do you think I'm lying? Do you think I'm bullshitting? It was a very, very controversial game. I don't think it's going to happen. However, the engine for Rainbow Six Patriots, some pop culture stuff, the sort of kind of pop culture stuff, was used for Rainbow Six Siege. The same kind of storyline that Vegas had, and then it stopped, and then Rainbow Six Patriots was basically about a bunch of people who were going to fucking take over Wall Street. It was like Occupy Wall Street, because back at the time, Occupy Wall Street was the big thing, right? And so Occupy Wall Street, like organization, was going to show America, show corporations how things are, or how things should be, and how things should be done, and whatever. It was a pretty. Matter of fact, do you think I'll get in trouble for fucking posting the commercial? The trailer was fucking incredible. Basically, you're causing are you insurrecting? I don't know. Can I say that now without being popped up on the fucking news? WTF Nation Radio is talking about insurrection. Yeah, the missed the Siege days. I missed the old Siege days, and I missed the old Vegas, the old Rainbow Six Vegas stuff. So yeah, I'm just pretty sure that if we posted that game now, Rainbow Six Patriots, the trailer of it in itself, just matter of fact, I'll help you guys out. Let's Googleize it. Let's go, and I'll just put Rainbow Six Patriots, the trailer, inside. Oh fuck, let me see if we can. You guys want to see it? You guys want to watch it? I don't know if it would be cool, right? Do you think we'd be I don't know and I think we might get a strike. I think we might get a strike. Hang on, let me see. Rainbow Six. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. Rainbow Six Patriots. And I guarantee it, people will be like, what the hell is this? Yeah, it was like a 6-minute trailer or something like that. Rainbow Six Patriots. There's a big story, but it became Rainbow Six Patriots became Rainbow Six Siege. So it was, again, pretty fucking controversial for what you did, and I was like, God, man, that's pretty fucked up. So let me see if let me just window cap it at least, so you guys can see what it's about. I know this is going totally and completely away from Zarn's time, but see, I'll just window cap it and then just show you guys, and it was Lightstorm Entertainment. It was whatever, looking at stuff like that. And again, I don't want to play the sound, because what I don't want to do is I don't want to get the DCMA stuff on me. And let me change the aspect ratio on here so you guys can get a better pick. But at least I can show you some of the visuals. And some of the visuals on here are fucking crazy. Now, mind you, this is back a few years back. So I was basically talking about, hey, we're gonna get the what's up, Musa? We're gonna get the corporations and corporate leaders and yada yada yada, and we're gonna make a message. And this is the beginning of the trailer. It's like fucking insane. So basically, he said they strap a bomb to some fucking dude, and freaking that's it. You can see how old it was. 2013. There you go. 2013 was going to be the release date of that. And now that you can obviously that it wasn't done, it's pretty intense. And I don't want to do is I don't want to use the soundtrack and all this other stuff, because I know gaming people get a little upset. So it looks like the hostage we used to frag. As I'm saying, a lot of the characters that you saw on Rainbow Six Siege came from some little derivative of the characters on Rainbow Six Patriots. So again, I thought it would have been a pretty cool game to watch or whatever, but that's just something that you would want to, you watch that stuff. And a bunch of long neck. What do you hear? What do you say? What's up to Sports Bar? So I mean, I totally went off of the freaking tangent right now on this. I apologize. And, I again, sorry, didn't mean to go off topic on that, but anyways, how soon was too soon? I know a while back we had CQ, interview the producers of the game. And he also discussed some of the nuances of all that stuff. Now it's okay, Pip. It was a good derailment. If there is such thing as a good derailment. But we talked about this. I have several friends who served in Fallujah. I know First Armored Division supported Fallujah during that event, And for more like, from what my friends have told me from serving and stuff like that, you definitely they said that there, some of them were like, yeah, okay, that was pretty accurate. That was whatever. But believe it or not, there were some psyopers in there. That's I would say that the only beef I'd say with the whole gaming thing with that was I've not played the game. I don't know if CQ is covered by some sort of restrictive game. Like you have the game, you can only talk about this so much, or you can't say much. So I don't know, and I don't want to ask CQ. Is that true? Is that the case? Is there any psyopers, any speaker monkeys out there fucking dropping leaflets or with a loudspeaker truck to draw out insurgents? Because I can tell you some of the veterans of the PSYOP community and the Airsoft community, SEALs and all that, the SF and all that would definitely have some not heartburn, but like, hey, how come we're not in the game? So do you feel like some games like this are a true depiction of it, or what was the intent? Is it focused on the Marines or blah 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 blah? I don't know. Maybe we'll get CQ to have him come back on and talk about it. He still has some questions that he needs to answer anyway. CQ's already talking about him doing a follow up on this. So if he gets it, then that's fine. If not, but again, I don't think it's too soon. I honestly don't think. I mean, a lot of the games that we have now that are attached to the global war on terror or the GWAT, I would buy a video game if it had a Rizzo or Heidelberg, regardless of the price. A risograph and a Heidelberg press is what we use in the PSYOP community to fucking print leaflets. And so that's what it is, a Heidelberg press. Or a risograph, which is a combat copy machine. That's basically what it is. Oh, where's my fountain drink? Oh yeah, well it is Thursday and it is Stars time. There we go. Thanks, Musa, for reminding me. This drink's been sponsored by. You should pay me, Whataburger. You should pay me Coke for drinking Coke and out of a Whataburger cup. There you go. How about that? Since everybody likes to grift now, give me money. I want this. Or do I need to get a Patreon account with Whataburger on there? But anyways, I'm just messing around, Musa. I'm just messing around, CQ, because you have a Patreon account. Make sure you follow CQ's Patreon account as well. Anyways, how do I say this? How do I say this? Most of the games from the GWAT have the global war on terror have been like done up. So yeah, this segment brought to you by Whataburger. This discussion about is it too soon? A lot of Iraq and Afghanistan veterans, we've played video games. We've played video games that have that type of, how do I say this? Name, image, likeness for ICE. Hey, what's up, Brian? Hope you're doing good, man. But we've all played, all of us have served. We've all played and we've all been to combat zones or whatever. Call of Duty games don't, it's almost like it doesn't bother us to play these kind of games. Or it'd be almost like Resident Evil with the jump scare or something like that. Or just that's how I kind of see it. It's like somebody said combat Resident Evil. So to me, in a way, it's kind of like, veterans are probably going to receive this pretty good. For some veterans, it might be some healing. So some veterans, that might be something with a little bit of closure to say, hey, look, this is what I did. This is what maybe you could show your kids, something like that. I know my kids think that, when I was in Call of Duty, that was it. That's what everything that I did on Call of Duty happened, to include Darth Vader. To me, it doesn't. I don't think it's too soon. Me personally, I don't think it's too soon. I'm not gonna, jump on the individual. I'm not gonna jump on the train of, well, if you can't handle it, then that's it. Some people would handle it a little bit more different. So to me, again, I came back from a deployment and was playing the new Modern Warfare. Call it the original Call of Duty 4, what it was called, I think, back in the day. Modern Warfare. Play that, no problem. No issues, no drama, no nothing. So again, this is just right here, just some of the gameplay, and of course the creators of the game discussing it. But again, I personally don't. I don't know. It's I guess you would say person dependent on who's playing it. If someone who was severe PTSD or something like that plays the game and then gets doesn't feel that they should play it, then there you go. That's on them. You don't need to rib on them for not wanting to play the game if it brought back some memories. I mean, there's some times, like I said, playing some games like that, it'll get you. It'd get you like, man, I'd get my palms would get a little sweaty a little bit playing. Like, holy shit, playing some of that. Or have you ever sat in a Call of Duty fucking waiting room in the lobby? Holy crap! There's some things that I think Dave Chappelle wouldn't even say in a Call of Duty lobby that you have 11-year-old kids screaming at you about. Exactly that, Jackie. It's all about mentality. It's all about how you feel about certain things that will, I guess, I don't want to use the word trigger, that would cause you to react or have you feel a certain way. I guess it's the definition of trigger. But you know, if that triggers you, I guess I could see that. But yeah, it's a matter of mentality. I kind of don't. Again, me, I don't think it's too soon. People might think I'm insensitive about it, but it's all that. But anyways, CQ is got a giveaway for a free download of the game. So make sure you pay attention. Make sure you pay attention to all the channels now, because we're on Kick as well. You'll be able to check it out and see what's up. So anyways, but Call of Duty, 6 Days of Fallujah, to me, it doesn't matter. Now, I guess there was a mode where people had controversy saying that you were allowed to play the Insurgents and all that. And again, there was a game called Medal of Honor that did that, Medal of Honor Warfighter, and it did the same thing. You were able to play the bad guys. You were able to play the Taliban. Well, you know, when you're playing online and you're doing a shooter, you're gonna have to play you're gonna be op 4. You're in other words, if you're playing as friendlies, there's gonna be some op 4. There's gonna be some people who are gonna be like, okay, well, you're all not gonna be friends. So as a matter of fact, there was a change to Call of Duty when there were some issues with that back in the day. I can't remember which Modern Warfare it was, but they ended up changing it up to from being like Iraqis or something like that. They just called them op 4, and they literally called them op 4. Which, you know, for those of you that are listening that I don't know, op 4 is opposing force. So again, I'm not it's not too soon. Does that make sense? So I mean, I'm not gonna beat anybody up if they say they don't want to play with it. Then that's cool. I'm cool with that. It was number 1 and it was multiplayer. Yeah. So again, I guess you would say, I don't want to say it's like fucking, it's not a big deal, but if some individuals feel that it's too soon for them, then there you go. That's the thing. I kind of would. Again, I respect an individual's decision to, hey, look, I'm not feeling about playing it. This game, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling the game or whatever. Then okay, cool. I'm cool with that. Then I guess we're good. I guess we'll play that. All right. So it's only 10 minutes till. Shit. You're all talking too much. I just rebought them. Yeah, you know, I played some of that with the kids, and they you know, I think might be kick their asses, and I think because it's dated, they're able to learn. How do I say this? But because it's dated, they're learning more. That's like learning how to ride an old bike. You know what I mean? And you've been, you know, okay, whatever. Your kids just come in and just take it, and you're like, damn it, you little shit. So, and anyway. Other Army news from our friends over at Task and Purpose. The U.S. troops will no longer learn Pashto, an Afghan national language. So it's another sign that the global war on terrorism is winding down. It's from Jeff Schogel, one of our friend reporters over at Task and Purpose, and said that wrote that the further sign the U.S. military wants to forget about the Afghanistan war ever happened was that DLI, the Defense Language Institute Foreign Language Center in Monterey, California, will cease teaching Pashto and civilians teaching soldiers and civilians, and that's it. There you go. Pashto, of course, is one of Afghanistan's national language used for communications by the Taliban, which has been controlling the country since we left in August of 2021. So the Monterey County Weekly newspaper in California, and Connecting Vets, previously reported that the Institute's current class of Pashto speakers was going to be its last. Although the Institute will help Pashto speakers maintain their language skills, it will not teach Pashto to new students. So what if you're like a Pashto speaker and you don't speak the language anymore? Does it get like, how do you get the yep, we're gonna talk about that in a minute. So it's kind of like, so then we shouldn't be paying the linguist then. If the language is no longer being taught, then the language should just not be required to be retested for. Does that make sense? It's like, oh, okay. It's like flying a Huey, or it's like the last Huey class. You know what I mean? It's like, if you no longer have the airframe, then why are you grading people to fly it? Does that make sense? Am I making sense? To me, it's kind of like, yeah. But at any rate, I kind of think it's sign of the times. Are we teaching Vietnamese? We teaching Spanish? We teaching German? We teaching Russian? Chinese? Are we teaching all those languages? Why is it that we forgot about Afghanistan? What is it about Afghanistan that we're Pashto still a valuable language. Everyone should just transfer the DA so they can use it, so they can harvest all them freaking poppy fields. So they can harvest all those poppy fields, so that way Big Pharma could use that for all the OxyContin stuff. Is that what you're talking about? Is that what you mean? I mean, it's a bad joke, but that's kind of like what it's for. Did you ever see the movie War Machine with Brad Pitt? So, anyways, yeah, not being taught. I guess if the language is not being taught anymore, then why even have the money to pay extra people to learn it? Fuck it. If they're not teaching it anymore, why is it a requirement to keep it? Oh, you're a former Huey mechanic. Oh, I'm sorry, boy. Did I just call it dim? Sorry about that. You on a Black Hawk now, or does that you just work primarily on Hueys? But anyways, yeah, I just kind of think that it's you don't need to have those resources or facilities or or the energy to teach it. To have it anymore, or farm it off to somebody else, like transfer the school over to the Department of State. I'm going in the wrong direction. I think that what people did during the Vietnam War, sending stuff back to the States, yeah. I just think that we should transfer the school, or transfer that, or maybe the Department of State teaches that stuff, because we still have embassies there. We still have whatever. So then the military individuals that are there are going to get tasked for a language tasker, because there's no more linguists there. That's somebody who's really good in Pashto. And then what's going to happen then is that someone's going to get tasked to go whatever. Ever met anybody who's a good linguist, but like the most shittiest fucking soldiers on the planet? It's like almost like the entitlement that they get for being linguists is because they can speak specifically with native speakers. That you're just like, you're translating, dude. That's thank you. You're translating. And it's almost like I don't want to say like a smug. Yeah, I'll say it. I mean, I've seen it. It's almost like a smug attitude. It's almost smug. You know what I mean? It's almost kind of smug. Yes, I translated blah 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 blah. But are you a good soldier? Or can you fire your weapon? Can you carry a ruck? Can you pass the ACFT? Can you get 540 in each event? So that way you don't have to do the tape. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not 540 in each event. I'm sorry. 540 toward the score. You get 540 in each event. Holy shit. So, yeah. So I just kind of like, there's some linguists that I kind of look at, the only reason why is because you can speak another fucking language and that's it. You are a trashy fucking soldier. You're a trashy, you're a trashy fucking leader as an NCO. So that's some of the things that I've seen from somebody who could speak really good languages, but utterly fucking suck as a soldier. It's almost like we could just, like you said, Musa, how about getting some contractors? How fast is your runtime exactly? Not everybody's in 11 Bravo. No, I know some. I know some freaking geniuses that are 11 Bravos. And I also know some Matt Damon that are fucking 11 Bravos. And so, yeah, I kind of like, there's some, yeah, you suck. Oh, yeah, or 100% you're basically a cook. Yeah, dude. It's like, dude, linguists do have a lot to say. They do like to opine and like to have a lot of opinions about stuff when you should just be a fucking linguist. If you're a linguist, I don't know, there's something like that. Is it me or is it, you ever seen linguists, how they act? How sometimes they just have that smug mentality, like they're just, I'm just doing this and that. I don't want to do something like that. Man, I speak several languages too, but I like getting dirty. I like jumping. I don't know. I just have had a cook like Steven Seagal. I just had some bad experiences. Not really bad experiences, but I don't know, that smug mentality with a linguist. I know a couple. I don't want to say, the couple that I know, I'll just keep it down because then, but I will say they had a fucking attitude because the CG or the boss or just sort of commander knew that person spoke a specific language. It just totally fucking went. They just, nope. I don't give a fuck if they're taking you away from your leadership position. I don't give a. And then that individual kind of liked the attention. It was almost like that clout. I'll say it. They're almost damn clout chasers. There you go. There you go, Pip. The more languages you learn, the better chances you have of getting laid when you go across to a new country. Trust me, learn German. The world will open up to you. How about that? Woo doggy. Woo doggy. Yeah, exactly that. Nothing wrong with that. No, but there's nothing wrong with learning a new language. I just think that when it's attached to it, I don't know. It's like, well, first off, most linguists are fucking Intel anyways. They're mostly MI. So they're already got the top of the whatever. But then there's the ones that like are humble about being linguists. How do I say this? They're humble about it. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but it's you have to see how linguists talk, and then you have to see when you. Was I the guy that didn't mind seeing the S1 suck on a foot march? Yes. Was I a sadist and think of that? Yes. I'm just saying that sometimes there's individuals that need to be fucking humbled, and linguists are one of them. Followed by aviation. They need to be humbled. Yeah, you're good at that. Yeah, you're good at this, but can you hump a rock? Can you shoot a weapon? Are you complaining that your big old fat pork neck isn't protecting you from the tape anymore? Fucking pork necks. Fat asses. That's good. I'm glad. Well, am I going to get kicked? Well, I'm probably going to get kicked from fucking, kicked from kick. Is that fat? Is the fat shaming bad? I don't know. It's a military channel, and I do have it 18 plus. So if you're upset, Kick, I don't want you to get mad. Humble Cav. Oh, Cav, yeah. There are times when I had a hand select across the force of those that speak a language, but a 35P is basically part of the band. 101st isn't real airborne. We carried man packs with our kit. Yeah. I'm just. What do I think about a chaplain's assistance? Now I'm gonna tell you about a story. Well, we'll just reminisce. We could kick back and talk about this. I don't mind talking about this portion. This is kind of cool. Never had anybody ask me about a chaplain's assistant. I know a couple of chaplain's assistant. They were not a chaplain like. Does that make sense? All the chaplain assistants that I know are straight freaking gangster. I mean, they do not they're not like their chaplains. Does that because a chaplain is kind of like, hi, how are you guys doing? Oh, I hope you guys are good today. Let's do this before you go on a jump or something like that. Let's get a prayer in and hope you guys got some cookies there and some coffee if you guys want. There you go. Right? But the chaplain's assistants will be there with me on Murchison Road, hanging out in the Ville. His chaplain assistant. I you guys, I see some. Don't talk about that. Okay. Said chaplain assistant is DMing me not to discuss. But chaplain's assistants, yeah, that's how I feel about the chaplain's assistant is where you want to go to where you can freaking, like, if there's some shit that's happening, a chaplain's assistant will have no problem busting caps. and that thing is and it's unreal. Wish I could debate you over in person or coffee to share with you what I and others did out to help out, but maybe you don't care. No, of course I care, but I mean, obviously I can't talk coffee with you when I'm not with you. Does that make sense, Moose? So I know chaplains' assistants that are freaking hardcore as hell, and also, but they do not share what a chaplain does. Does that make sense? It's like, a chaplain will talk about whatever and talk about, happy stuff and one with the Lord and all this other stuff, man. And a chaplain's assistant we'll go with you to secrets to be your DD. A chaplain's assistant will bust some caps if need be. Oh, and return fire downrange too, on top of other, busting caps. A chaplain assistants will do that. That's what I think about chaplain assistants. I kind of think that they get the short end of the stick because people expect chaplain assistants to be like the chaplain. They're supposed to be whatever. Not necessarily true. Being a chaplain assistant, could you imagine being a chaplain assistant? I mean, I'd be posting memes. I'd be sending my chaplain. If I was a chaplain assistant, I'd be posting memes. That's another chaplain assistant. Yeah, I know the same of a chaplain's assistants as well. They're PZ, straight up, male and female, straight up hoes. I know exactly that. I everyone's just dropping dimes on chaplain's assistants. But anyways, yeah, it's to me, it's like a it's one of those. Yep. Yeah, I can see a chaplain being gangster. So, but anyways, were you a chaplain's assistant there, Musa? What's the? You were G1 all the way through G7 shops. Oh, okay, cool. The Lord cometh for you. Yeah, so saith the chaplain assistants. I don't think. Again, I don't think that. Some of the chaps that I know, they're chaplains. They're doing what their chaplains in. Again, there's chaplain assistants. Stacking bodies for the Lord. That's right. That's right. Or whatever faith your persuasion, because there's different. There's chaplains are different faiths as well. So we have imams and we have rabbis that are chaplains and stuff like that too. So I can just imagine. So it'd be pretty fun. I think personally, I think it'd be pretty. I'm pretty sure, man. There's got to be a chaplain. There's got to be a moment where a chaplain just like, man, just. There's got to be a point where a chaplain goes, "Oh my God, I got this person," and then I would be like, I was a chaplain assistant. I'd be like, "Hey, what you about that, chaps? What's up with that?" Chaplain's assistant should be acting like an OG Knights Templar or Saladin. How about that? Because you got to be respectful to the Islamic faith as well. Because you got to. Oh shit! Hey, what's up, Mickens? Oh man, yeah. So again, I would have fun with the chaplains. I'd be like, man, don't you get tired of that dude like freaking bugging you and shit? Or, hey, chaplain, you want to go for a beer? I mean, I would cheer my I would probably corrupt my chaplain. My chaplain would be like, yeah, I'm gonna have to stop hanging out with you, man. See what he would say. Chaplain would be like, what's going on? Yeah, I walked through the valley of death and but miniguns. Yeah, exactly. So saith the chaplain, or it is written. Oh man, I would definitely. I'd corrupt my I'd corrupt my chaplain. I would introduce like the new lingo that the kids are saying, so that way the chaplain can relate. Being part of WTF Moments, WTF Nation Radio, I have to keep up with the lingo, at any rate, with what the kids are saying, and also follow policies of the Army. Otherwise, I'd just be a boring retiree with a vet bro fucking podcast. But yeah, I would think that I would corrupt my chaplain. My chaplain would be like, Yeah, my wife said you can't hang with you anymore. Or he'd have to go to like confession or something like that for hanging out with me one night. Or she. We would have a blast, chaps. We would have a blast. So I'm going to take a break and see what's going on, making sure our tech is good. Yes, I have. Many a times I've talked with Stricker. As a matter of fact, Chaplain Stricker was here, was on WTF Nation Radio. He was a guest on Pop Culture Warrior. And he was a mill guest too, but I think it was the pop culture connection that he had with something else is why CQ got him. So does that make sense? But at any rate, we're going to go ahead and take a break. It's the top of the hour. And yeah, exactly that, Mickens. That's what I'm saying, man. They fucking Combat Arms chaps are the best. They don't get dirty, but they know everyone's business. Everyone's business. Chaplain goes to confession twice as much with Ice as his assistant. Forgive me, Father, for I have sent Brother Ice, and I hit the sacrament wine pretty hard last night. Maybe they should have like retired veteran chaps. Like, ooh, what about that? What about if retirees could be chaplain's assistants? So that way chaplain's assistants can go down to the, like at the higher level. So at the BCT level, you got chaplain's assistant. Wait a minute. And then you have, at the division and corps level, you have civilian chaplain assistants. That would be fun. What do you think about that, Makins? That on that day, guy. Ooh, Baconator, why are you hating on the 82nd? One day God took a dump and the 82nd was airborne was created. Damn, bro. Damn. You savage, bro. Why you picking on the 82nd? Probably the best advanced airborne school in the United States Army, and not to mention the fact the best air movement officer / jump master course. Yes, I'm gonna graduate both. What was I saying? Yeah, I gotta go break, man. You guys are like messing with me with this chaplain shit. A GS level chaplain assistant. Yeah, exactly that, man. I'm for real. I'd be like, no. I wouldn't even do that. I would just be like an extra stipend. Like you let me, I'll take my retirement money. I don't know, give me enough just to give me a kick at an extra, like, I don't know, fucking like GS9, whatever the low, but they only want retirees, right? And then they only want retirees, and then you be their chaplain assistants. Could you imagine old retired E8, E9, E7 being a chaplain assistant for a chaplain at the division level? So what do you think about that? What do you think about that, Mr. Zanoff? I think he's full of shit, sir. I saw him down in the Ville in the Merc. He's full of shit. He's got no issues. He's creating his own. So saith. Blessed be the Victoria's and secrets. Blessed be the Sharkies. Hominus Dominus Cafe Risque. I'm going on a break. See you in a sec.
What is this Facebook Live? I've never heard of this shit.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
If that's really a thing, and I get authorized to do it once, it's pretty much gonna be me sitting there talking shit, like constantly.
Nothing feels the same. Let it all be so bad? Is this where you draw the line? 'Cause it's so sad. Tell me where you lost your faith. Is it so bad? Couldn't see it in your face. And it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down. While you keep it in your head, is it so bad? Never heard a word you say it, and it's so sad. Tell me when you lost your way, 'cause it's so bad. Wanna see you when I pray, and it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down. Is it what you want? Is it what you needed now? Is it what you breathe? Is it what you're bleeding now? Is it what you feel? Is it what you're feeling now? Is it what you wanted? I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down. Hello, you. Will you come back down to me? Hello, you. Will you come back down? Hello, you. Won't you come back down to me? Hello, you.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
And we're back. Playing with the sounds, playing with the new streaming thingy. Trying to get straight here for you guys. Where you guys can see what we got going on. But let me show you. Let me show you real quick what the Kick platform is looking so much. Thank you. Anyways, let me go into the Kick side of his house here. That way you guys can see what we looking like. What we looking like on another platform. Let me look it up here. There we go. Bam. So that's what Kick looks like. So Kick, it's beta right now. So if you go on, ooh, that's pretty weird, seeing myself double like that. Isn't that crazy? Anyways, so if you see yourself, if you go to the channel and you go into Kick, just go to the classification of podcasts, and then you see Sergeant's Time. Sergeant's Time. Each show is going to have a Kick channel. There's not going to be a WTF Nation Radio. There's not going to be a WTF Nation Radio link, I should say. It's going to be a individual channel for each show. So, oh yeah, you want the link? I'll send the link. There you go. I already posted it up earlier there, but since you want the link there you go. So that's for Sergeant's Time. There's going to be another unique link URL to each channel. So, as a matter of fact, here's Pop Culture Warrior. Here's the Monday edition. So there it is. There's your channels that you're going to see. So Pop Culture Warrior. As a matter of fact, let me drop that on there for you guys to see Pop Culture Warrior, because Pop Culture Warrior is going to be in there. There you go. They're going to be on here. And then the Monday edition is going to have. So there's going to be so many Kick channels repping the WTF Nation. So there you go. So you got Sergeant's Time in the chats. You have Pop Culture Warrior in the chats. And then you have the Monday edition. So all you got to do is go to podcasts. Just go ahead and type in podcasts. You go to there right there. You see live. There we go. Where am I at on here? Am I even displaying? Yeah, I should be. Oh, there I am right there. There we are. There we are. There we are on the top 5. We're in the top 5 streams for Kick right now on the podcast category. So it's pretty cool. Plus 18, of course. And look at that. Look at that shit. Isn't that pretty cool? We're like live, son. So there we go. We're right here. That's where we're at. There we go. So we're the top 5. That's pretty cool. Top 5 for a first stream on Kick. Again, Kick beta. Get yourself an account, or just jump on there to follow and all that. So I'm looking forward to seeing more stuff happening on that platform as well. So anyways, what are we talking about? What are we going to talk about? Oh yeah. Did you guys hear about $6.5 billion missing from our budget, our monies? Pentagon announced on Tuesday that the accounting error revealed last month was significantly more than previously stated. We said there was aid provided to how do I say this? Aid provided $3 billion. It's only $3 billion. Only $3 billion. So don't be telling us how much money. Well, it turns out that there was an accounting error, and we ended up giving $6.2 billion. $6.2 billion. Pentagon announced that the accounting area includes fiscal years 2022 and 2023, and occurred because of a significant number of cases, quote unquote, when the U.S. transferred weaponry. Military officials counted on the value of replacing the weapon instead of the value of the actual weapon. Man! Deputy Pentagon Press Secretary Sabrina Singh explained on the news briefing. I'm going to tell you what. So it was like some sort of DRMO depreciation. Was that the number that we didn't get right? The process drove up each cost of the new aid package. If only ammo turning could be off by that much. I know, really? I thought you had 10,000 rounds. No, we only drew 5,000. 500 rounds. Because the new weaponry costs more than the old weaponry and resulted in a false assumption that more funding had been used. So, did it hurt the military budget? In significant number of cases, quote, this is what Singh said, that the services use replacement costs rather than the net book value, and thereby overestimating the value of the equipment. The final calculation of the accounting area was far higher than the Pentagon previously estimated when it first revealed that it was $3 billion. Quote unquote, we have confirmed that for FY 2023, the final calculation of $3.6 billion and FY 22 is $2.6 billion, and a combination of $6.2 billion. These valuation errors no way limit or restricted the size of our PDAs or impacted the provision to support Ukraine. Now, the first error of the $3 billion revealed last month triggered frustration with Republicans. The House Foreign Affairs and Armed Services Committee believed the mistake was reduced the amount of value reduce the amount of U.S. support that went to Ukraine leading up to the counteroffensive. These funds could have been used for extra supplies and weapons for the upcoming counteroffensive, and instead of rationing funds for the last remainder of the year, Chairman Rogers said in a statement. Now, let's discuss this conversation about, first off, supporting Ukraine. 100% for it. Again, I'm kind of hating. Throwing some hate on some Ukraine there because we were supposed to fight the Russians, not Ukraine. We were supposed to have gone in and, come on, man, our whole propaganda arm, our whole defense policy, our whole culture back in the day was to do what? Defeat Ivan. We were books, movies, Red Dawn. Come on, Wolverines, you forgot about that stuff? Ship not in danger. I don't know how much of it affected the military spending budget, though, because I think that they're still asking for more. You would have thought that the money that is being appropriated for now, due to the fact that the Guad is gone, I think everybody got pretty fucking comfortable with that budget. Wow, man, they were so used to getting all that Guad money, or OCO funds, Overseas Contingency Operations Funds, is what they call. So if you hear OCO, that's basically, it was counterterrorism money that's now been reframed to say Overseas Contingency Operations. Because we can't say counterterror because it get people upset. Not to mention, if you say you're going to conduct counterterror operations in a country that the ambassador, according to this policy, doesn't feel that it's a terrorist state, then there's going to be some issue. Kick was acting kind of weird. Yeah, it's a beta, so you got to give it time. Just like it went. Yeah, exactly that, Pip. It went from get Ivan to get that oil. Who's Ivan? Ivan, I know him. He was Putin's cook. You guys remember Putin visiting the Western White House, right? With W, right? You guys remember that, right? So I felt cheated. This was the whole time. I joined the Army at the time of the height of the Red Scare. Duck and cover. The day after. Wolverines, Red Dawn, the hunt for Red October. All that stuff. All that. We were supposed to be fighting Ivan. So yes, I 100% fully support giving. And we're acting like we're giving them off-the-shelf shit that's like brand fucking new. You guys don't know about the pre-staging storage of equipment that's all around the country, or around the globe, I should say, not around the country. And they have pre-positioned stocks. They have stocks in the event this was going to happen. So the last time the Pentagon got audited, shit got crazy in this country. That's right. I think the last big true audit was right before 9/11, if I can remember. If I can adjust my tinfoil to the right frequency here, that sounds about right. But again, if you're every Monday, you'll see the Monday edition posting our Ukraine commercials, our support for Ukraine, because we do. I fully believe that we should be supporting Ukraine because, again, I look back at all the Facebook Rangers. Hang on, I gotta post this up. Hang on. Dun dun dun. Facebook Rangers. Hang on, let me do that again. Yeah, I'm doing it this way. Yep, there we go. They're Facebook Rangers. But all those Cold Warriors that got out before the GWAT happened, where the fuck were you for the GWAT? Now you all of a sudden talking shit about. I get it. If you retired at the time or you got whatever, that's cool. But that was the war we were supposed to fight. When I joined as little private ice, and I had, we were gonna fight Ivan. We were singing cadences in basic training about killing Russians and going to war with Iran. That fire seemed to have gone because of whoever was is in charge, right? So yeah, fuck Ivan. Send him. Again, those pre-position stocks, it's not like we had like baller ass shit there. I mean, we had good equipment, but it's not like we were selling them. It's not like we had 30 F-35s, and well, that's a bad example. It's not like we had, top of the line. So they're getting their shit. So I'll be honest with you, and you bring up a good point, Pip. War is good for business. Peace is good for business. That is one of the rules of acquisition from the Ferengi rules of acquisition. Sorry, I was watching Star Trek, a little bit of Star Trek over the week, I should say. And yeah, I mean, we gotta have good equipment, right? Now, if we could only fix the fucking barracks, fucking better chow halls. Let's unfuck the fact that we have programs in the military that say we're fucking cool with, that say we like to support because we got to support the soldiers, right? That we don't end up doing. Let's just take a wild fucking shot at this. You have to sign in and have to get an account. PZ, you have to sign in to get an account to get on the chat. You can get on the chats, but you can sign in. You have to sign in. You have to have an account. I'm just uncomfortable with the unaccounted money. Exactly that. That's the only thing hey, look, sending money to fucking Ukraine and all this other stuff, I'm totally fucking cool with that. Sending as long as it's for the equipment. If we're sending equipment, and obviously it's going to cost some dollars and some overhead to pay, about I don't know what we're handing out specifically. Send the barracks to Ukraine, because then you're getting good shit. Damn, you're right. Maybe we should say we should have a barracks relief package inside that. So maybe that the fucking industry, the military industrial complex, will go ahead and rebuild the barracks better. I bet you that will fucking happen. But again, to our Ukrainian brothers and sisters out there, now mind you, we've had a presence there for quite some time. I fully support our support to Ukraine. Of course, I do have, again, like Pookie said, I want to know, is all those HIMARS going to the right place? Yep. I want to know that if all of our all of our tanks that are going there, all of our artillery pieces are going there, I want to make sure that's going there. Yep. I as the taxpayer. Yes. There you go. There's nothing wrong with that. I fully support it. Again, Wolverines. The reason why I talked about other programs is that currently, I'm gonna bring up a story. I'll bring you a vignette, bring you an example. And I'm only going to bring the example, not show screenshots, on the fact that, of course, everything that is secured, it's sent to U.S. Army WTF Moments or WTF Nation Radio. Any members of the staff, those communications are considered, we consider close hold. However, it has been verified. There's a leader out there right now, currently in the formation, after the one site tape test was announced, that is saying for a reenlistment for a soldier that, no, I'm going to use the other tape. I'm going to use the old tape for reenlistment. When we just had SMA announce the new policy of the one-site tape. How do I say this? I think it's from the same organization that's was kind of like doing the same thing with the CS. The same one that had the family care. Please, what's your family care plan? It's on that. I think it's at Fort Carson. I think I could say that. Well, if I just said it anyways. So anyways, we have a leader currently right now that wants to use a one-site tape, that does not want to use the one-site tape, that wants to use the multi-tape, which sounds like to me that they want to skirt the system because they want to get this individual, they want to get this soldier on a reenlistment. Gotcha. One site. It is one site to tape a soldier. They didn't read the memo that said it was new policy, so it's not illegal. Yeah, true, Patrick. One site. We advised, of course, the individual to come forward to us and let us know so we can dime out all that if it does happen. And if it happens, then, of course, we're diming out. We just got told that the individual was informed, so we don't have an update yet. The one-site taping, the parental leave guidance, the postpartum policy. It almost sounds like other programs that the Army has had. It sounds like someone who is a fat neck, big neck. Yeah, exactly. That's what I think it is. I think it's either Commander, it's either Captain Pork Neck or Sergeant First Class Gut Truck. Exactly that cause. It is exactly that cause. It is the repeat of the spicy flu protocols that we put, that train wreck that we posted all over the main page. We didn't have an issue with what the protocols were. We just had an issue with the fact that they weren't following the protocols that HQDA and MilMed put out, and commanders were fucking still blowing fucking quarantine, and they didn't give a shit. All right, PC tickets, man. So, anyways, so there's currently a commander right now. It goes back to another program that we have in the Army that we like to say that we support, but we don't. And I have a feeling, just like EFMP, just like the Married Army Couples Program, I have a feeling that the postpartum policy and the parental leave guidance that's been posted, that Army directive that's been posted, it's been slowly being chipped away by leaders anyways. They're slowly going away from it and saying, oh, you'll get it later. You'll get it later, but it's not happening. What? We did a policy. Commanders should be doing it, right? No, that's not what's happening, right? Commanders aren't doing that. When you have Chucklefuck that wants to blow by a fucking... that's exactly what we think it is. We think that this individual, this commander, wants to have a fucking gotcha because they think on the old tape standard that this individual won't make it. Come on, man. I know. Been working with you fucking O's for a while. I know what's up. That I'm guessing, and this is my hypothesis here, that I think that this commander is using the old taping method so that way they can play a gotcha because they think that that soldier is too big, even though that soldier will probably make it on the one site. And guess what? There you go, Patrick. They'll pass on the new but fail on the old. That's right. Because that soldier's a female. What'd I tell you, man? The Army and its wisdom, man. I'm telling you. I got an idea. Where's my, I'm gonna get my cabman voice. I got an idea. Let's go ahead and get the biggest portion of a woman's body, her butt, and measure that. Across the navel, across the belly button, around. That's it. Blue on blue. You ain't lying, dude. Targeting their own troops. Why would you fucking do that? Playing the gotcha shit. This ain't fucking OCS or the fucking some sort or VMI, the Citadel or the U.S. Military Academy at West Point. Those academy games are over. Permanent party you're supposed to be following different policies at permanent party. No, they were not, Patrick. I'm sorry. I apologize for not clearing that up. Maybe I should have said that. But yeah, basically what it is they want to tape the soldier. And again, I'm thinking this is what's happening, is they want to tape the soldier on the old scale before that soldier re-enlists, even though the new policy came out. So that way they can play the gotcha, because I'm willing to bet you they think that troop is fat. Even though the new policy clears that troop and say, nope, not fat. You know who's fat? Me. Holy shit. I need to do some more PT. Buy a sword so I can be like Conan. I gotta do some PT, man. I did not. Woo, that new tape, man. Woo, man. It got me. This is some Marine Corps type bullshit. Well, yeah, this is the peacetime. Yeah, exactly that. This is peacetime Army bullshit. So when people say, Secretary of the Army said that the argument about being woke or whatever is we have to counter that, right? We do. I always tell you guys, nobody can explain to me what fucking woke means anyways. And even though the most, I guess you would say, if you want to use that language, the most woketh policy was AR 600-20 that covers equal opportunity and sexual assault, sexual harassment. Of course, there's other policies involved in that, but nobody can tell me what that means. Well, it's not that. It's the fucking toxic leaders that are in. Don't blame the WTF Nation for us posting shit that's happening in formation. We got a bunch of individuals that think that we just fucking post memes and don't monitor shit and don't give a fuck. The same individuals that in some circles are shit talking us are the same individuals that are DMing us, asking for our help. So if you don't want to dance with the devil, don't fucking, Don't get mad when the devil steps on your foot with his hoof. Nah. It's not, again, it's not a recruiting thing. I'm going to tell you all this stuff. I'm going to keep saying this because I want everybody I'm going to beat this in your all's fucking head, Sorens. I didn't know the military was woke until I retired and I had a Twitter account. The next thing you know, all of a sudden the Army is woke. That's literally, I did not know this. I'm looking around going, what? What do you mean fucking, we're not woke? Are we woke? What the fuck does that mean? Now, do we shift sometimes to polarizing topics or subjects or kowtow? Man, Pookie, you reading my notes? Holy shit. You're reading my notes, man. You have to be looking at my notes because I was using this as a segue to jump on in here. Yes, I was. I'll give you guys the detail in a minute. So anyways, once we get an update on what Commander Chucklefuck does, I shouldn't call that individual commander, that name. That's fucked up. I shouldn't say that. This uninformed captain, I should say, or I think battalion commander. I don't know. Maybe it's a battalion commander. I gotta get my deets, but I'm just talking about command for reenlistment. So again, one sight is across the navel, across the belly button. No ass, no wrist, no neck. That's it. Of course, if you bust tape, then of course there are procedures for that. But if you're going to pass tape, if you were going to fail the old tape and pass the new tape, and your commander wants to tape you on the old tape, go to IG, fight that shit, fight the power, because they're abusing that power. Now, to segue off on what Pookie said, I didn't know this. Probably explains why. Hell, I don't know. Maybe that's why we haven't been interacting with PAOs lately. I don't know. I'm not going to make that fucking tinfoil connection. But apparently there's a document out there that shows that there's a protective services battalion that goes over social media for mean tweets about a general. I don't know why they're using Twitter specifically, but there's other posts. Tighten your belt. So there's a protective services battalion that uses sophisticated surveillance tools that can pinpoint anyone's direction. So if I say a specific general is fucked up on social media, specifically Twitter, I guess, then I'm going to get put on a list. I wonder if U.S. Army WTF Moments is on the list, man. We have to be on that list, man. Shit talking radar. My issues with this, if you're using sophisticated surveillance tools that can pinpoint anyone's location, and they're a member of the U.S. military or they're an American citizen, I kind of have issue with that. Now, I get if there's like a legit threat. So far, everyone who says that they don't like, they think we're trash and we don't police their comments or whatever, it's due to the fact that I guess somebody a long time ago got a fucking death threat, supposedly, and we never got proof of it, that somebody got a death threat when we highlighted a commander that was fucked up. Everybody on the planet knew this commander was fucked up, but apparently this guy didn't like his buddy getting a fucking message saying that he was fucked up. Said something about his old lady. We can't control what people fucking say. All we did was post that. We can moderate the comments. We probably have one of the better moderation systems than, other platforms out there. Is Trump on the mean comments list against the general? I don't know, man. But this story is from The Intercept. The Intercept is, I've seen some, they have some questionable articles that go out, but once in a while they have, a bloken? A bloken. Here we have our blokes. A broken clock is correct twice or something like that. Fool me once, fool me again, and you ain't gonna fool me anymore. It's like, that's what I'm saying, Patrick. I don't like this. I don't like the fact that if someone, an American citizen specifically, or an American soldier, or a U.S. service member says, I think this is fucked up, and this is bullshit, why are we fucking and blah, 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 blah. I get a rant or a gripe or a complaint, whining on fucking social media. I get that. I don't think it's right. There has to be some sort of constitutional protections that the military is going after. I mean, you think about it. They're creating a list using pinpointing accuracy on your location. If you say something about a general, which I didn't. It's not like bad enough that the generals are already fucking bad on a fucking list, but now we have their protective services battalion that's like a. It's like almost like a Secret Service equivalent type. So the unit protects and currently, as well as former higher-ranking military officers from assassination, kidnapping, injury, or embarrassment, according to Army records. I don't know, fucking they had that. Protecting from what? They have don't they have comms people, PAOs? We got other fucking generals out there that are fucking just blowing their fucking. Oh man, they're just. How do I say this? They're just fucking talking too fucking much. The mandate is expanded to include monitoring social media for direct and indirect veiled threats. See, that's the issue that I got, or negative, and identifying negative sentiment. Now, I got an issue with that. That we had a panel back in the day when I went public, as a matter of fact, about how generals need to be here and Army senior leaders need to be out in the public space. Now I get it. Somebody threatened a fucking Army leader, military leader, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I get that. I totally fucking get that. Totally get that. But the bad sentiment, my feelings hurt, yada, yada, that's the issue that I have. That is the like exactly that cause. It's time to revise the hurt feelings report for GOs. But also what pisses me off is that when GOs are what if they embarrass themselves first? I was just about ready to cover that, Patrick. If they embarrass themselves first, then fucking hey, dude, they embarrass themselves. They don't need protection when whatever. Now, are we talking about retired ones or are we talking about current ones? Current ones, active duty. Like I said, that's how I became public. We discussed about Army leadership being in the social media space when we were on that panel. And it was specific to that. It was the fact that if you need to be out there, you need to be out in the audience, you need to be out there. But what I didn't expect is to have, the Army IG go after one of our 2-stars for saying some of the most fucking, I consider it harmless. Everyone's like, oh, he's clapping back and disrespecting. Now I'm talking about, of course, General Donahoe, retired General Donahoe. But I was like, what the fuck, y'all? Bad publicity. I would expect. I mean, come on. If you are in the Army and you're an Army leader, I expect you to defend your soldiers. I expect that. The same thing when we highlighted the story before when all fucking Lippin douche was fucking talking shit. When Josiah Lippincott was the whole reason of all those weaponization of the IG stuff. And when we had Justin coming on here as well, guest co-host. What gets me is when there are people that are stealing their Facebook accounts. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, remember that? What was it? On the Monday edition, we had a fake General Abrams Facebook page. That person, I reported it, and it's no longer, like, that account's no longer available, by the way. We reported it. But I don't understand how these are grown men and women that can protect themselves. They have their own stuff. And if we're telling these leaders that they need to engage in the social media space or the information space, then I would expect that you're going to have a general just fucking what? You're going to have, what do you want? You want the general to not say anything when someone's shitposting on them? You're going to expect the same thing like I would expect the SMA. Someone's talking shit about the Army. We're not talking about the inter-service rivalry and stuff like that we have during the Army-Navy games. I'm talking about legit shit talking that someone says, you should retire, you're fucking pathetic, you're worthless, you need to off yourself. Now that's when I see the fucking issue with that. Hey. So there was actually somebody that talked about this, that there may be valid, and this is a program director for Privacy International, Ilya Siatisa. I'm trying to make sure the name's not being mispronounced. Quote, there may be a legal valid reason to intrude on somebody's privacy for searching for collecting, analyzing publicly available information, particularly when it pertains to serious crimes and terrorist threats. That's some like Minority Report shit right there. I posted me making fun of somebody, and I'm going to get put on a list. Now, she continues to say, That, however, expressing a positive or negative sentiment against a senior high-ranking risk individual cannot be deemed sufficient grounds for government agencies to conduct surveillance operations as far as pinpointing exact locations of individuals. The ability to express opinions, criticize, make assumptions, and form value judgments, especially regarding public officials, is quintessential to a democratic society. Then why fucking have the organization? If you're not going to have, if you just literally just fucking countered yourself by saying that, you know, key to having a democracy, but I'm still going to spy on you. I don't believe exactly that, Jackie. I don't believe that shit. If you're smart, and we've seen people do it. It's kind of funny when we see people doing it to us, but it's even funnier when you see people out in the wild. When you see an NCO make a correction, hey man, you're a sergeant, you should be doing that. And someone says, oh, you pulled rank on Facebook. Well, yeah. Social media policy has allowed a lot of individuals to get away with shit posting if they're favorites. But the true shit posters, they're like, damn, dude. If that had been private, whoever, it'd have been different. There'd have been a different scenario, a different outcome, I should say. So I kind of laugh. Yes, and it was General Milley. General Milley was the, as a matter of fact, I'll pull up the article, and it's got General Milley. Am I gonna get busted, guys? Am I gonna get busted? Am I gonna get in trouble? I gotta, you know, I don't want. There he is. There's the. Hang on. There we go. Let me do a wing cap. You know, you guys, you know me. I like to do window caps and stuff like that. So you guys can see what I'm seeing. You guys are looking over my notes. I want you guys to see my notes. There you go. Pentagon Secret Service trolls social media for mean tweets about generals. There you go, and you see that right there. See, Joe Rogan has Jamie. We have us. We have our own. We do our shit ourselves. We don't need a Jamie. I can't wait to see that fucking. I can't wait to see that debate possibly on. Well, he's not going to debate him, I don't think. So, see how the Pentagon Secret Service trawls social media for mean tweets about generals. What makes you mad about this stuff is that a general should be able to defend themselves, just like I do, just like you do. When someone posts on you, what do you say? Man, fuck off, blah, 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 block or whatever. If you're defending a soldier, if one of your soldiers is, posted. Now, again, we get told the same thing. On Facebook, we got individuals that pull rank on WTF Moments admins. And that's kind of funny to watch. You will turn this off. You will remove this post. This post will be removed. This is a general getting cyberbullied. He looks like a real meanie with Brezhnev eyebrows. You know, again, the whole COVID drama that happened when he was in the Joint Chiefs, he was stepping all over it. I'll say that. And that's not a mean tweet. That's an honest assessment, because if you looked at the way the Army was operating, you were seeing some of the materials that we were posting on the main page. It was the leaders not getting the COVID protocols. It was the leaders that were fucking harassing soldiers for not getting it when it was the vax, when it was a choice. It was the berating of the soldiers that were putting in religious or whatever medical exemptions for it. The leaders were fucking ragging them. So don't look at me. Don't look at fucking anybody else. Look at your fucking leaders that were shit talking their soldiers, and maybe you'll find out why there's a fucking retention issue or why there's a recruitment issue. I don't know. Or you could come on WTF Nation Radio and U.S. Army WTF Moments, so we both can discuss how freaking woke the Army is not. Somebody's going to take a soundbite and chop it up. You know, that's like a fucking typical thing, saying that I said that. But the Army's not woke. Every Saturday we have picks of the week. And I don't like woke shit going on, whatever the fuck that means. I still don't know what woke means. If somebody gives me a definitive, somebody gives me a translation of what that means. Again, if we're oversensitive about a specific topic or a polarizing issue, that's what I would consider that, but I wouldn't even call that woke, because woke has a. When do you think that Congress will approve the new Joint Chiefs? I don't know, because we have, what's his name, Senator Tuberville, who's all butthurt. I don't know what he's butthurt about. He's butthurt about Space Force. And that's really what it is. He's saying it's because of all the considered woke policies, which is not true. Which is not true. There is no fucking. I'm trying to find out what woke policies. Now, what a unit wants to do for their specific programs for DEI. I don't fuck with units when they do want to do some shit like that. It's their own thing. It's not illegal, immoral, unethical, blah, 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 blah. I don't care, right? That doesn't bother me at all. But what does bother me is when somebody says that at the army or when politics that like to use fucking support the troops, now all of a sudden want to fuck the troops over. But I personally think he's using that leverage of holding confirmations for others, for leaders, is due to the fact that, yes, I think he's butthurt that Space Force is not going to his state, Alabama. I think it's gonna be like some units are gonna be going to Colorado Springs in Colorado. So all the space stuff is happening in space with spacing. So he's all upset that it's not going to his state. That's what I think it is. I don't think it has anything to do with fucking DEI or woke or whatever. I think he's just Again, of course, I'm whatever. Have the debate. Don't go on Fox News and say, well, because, blah, 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 and maybe blah, 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 blah. You only get like 2-3 minutes to talk. You get to throw in your fucking sound bites for political points, and everyone's like, yay, good job, tubes. No. Debate. Tell me why you think Space Force needs to go to your command, or needs to go to your state. And then don't be a bitch. Can I, as a retiree, get busted for saying contemptuous words against officials? Article 88. I don't think anybody's going to bust me out for doing a meme. But anyways, don't be a bitch. Let those promotions happen. The new Joint Chiefs, Air Force Chief of Staff, ironically, his name's CQ. So we got CQ. We got another CQ. Awesome, great record and all that stuff. I don't see what the issue is. I don't see what the holdup is. The team with the best lobbyists, most money will win. Exactly that. Well, you kind of look at what you got a good point, Cause. Hey, Alabama. Why Alabama? Why? Oh no, Star Trek doesn't have a necessity everywhere. Oh no. Why Alabama? I'll be honest with you. What's in Alabama? Now I could see Mississippi, Stennis Space Center, which is just outside of Gulfport, Mississippi, and on the border of New Orleans, or border of Louisiana. I could see that. I'm sorry. I always think, every time I think about Stennis, the several times that I've been to Stennis, I've gone to New Orleans, had a blast. It was fun. Good shit. But I don't understand why they think they need to go. What's in Alabama? What facilities are there already in Alabama? Do you have rain all the time? Whatever. I don't know what the economic. I think you're right, Cause. I think it was yeah, exactly. Someone has dirt on someone, so Alabama, exactly. I think that Tuberville, Senator Tubes, should not be withholding any confirmation to anybody in the military. If you like to say we like to take care of soldiers, sailors, Marines, airmen, and Coast Guards people. I don't think you should hold it up. If you want to say support the troops and all that stuff, then fucking support the troops and just let the military do its own shit. He likes to throw the excuse of, well, Congress has oversight of the military, yada, 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 yada. Well, this is something that I would see that if there's some impropriety or some bullshit going on with the military, this to me is, I think is, again, this is some feelings hurt shit. This is straight politics. It has nothing to do with DEI, whatever. No, it has everything to do with Space Force, Space Command, space things not going to his state in Alabama. He could say all the woke shit he wants. He could say all the fucking DEI stuff he wants, but I don't think it's that. I think it's probably part of that because he seems like he's a dick about it. Doesn't Huntsville, Alabama still have NASA facilities Space Force could benefit from? Does it? And are those facilities operable? That's my thing. I would think that if there's already an existing infrastructure there that the Space Force can put funding into, then I could probably see that. But I don't know much about Huntsville, Alabama, other than the fact that Tuberville is butthurt about whatever to not confirm that. In Florida, what's wrong? Yeah, exactly. What's wrong in Florida? Kennedy Space Force Center, or Kennedy Space Center, or whatever that. I think the DoD working better with getting back hand in hand with NASA on a lot more would be a huge lift to them, because then they would just use DoD money instead of NASA money, or SpaceX money, or SpaceX experience. But We got to keep the enemy guessing. If we don't know what the fuck we are doing, then they can't anticipate what we'll do next. Oh my God, I know. Could you imagine? Some fucking Russian spy, somebody who's spying on us from Russia, or a double agent that's probably like Hansen, that guy who just died, who was giving money to, who's giving aid and comfort to the enemy and spying for Russia. They don't even know how to do PT taping. They don't know how to do taping or test PT test. They don't understand why we don't have we can't tell you what America's doing because they don't even know how to do PT. They complain about PT. We don't know what's PT tests next. What is that cheap real estate or bases of the military decommissioned a few years ago in decent order? I think they were returned and they had to meet a code. The military would have to pay fines or something like that if they were to recoup or go back. So anyhow, shit, it's already 5 till the hour. Fuck, here I'm just rambling on with you guys. All right, well, shit. I don't think we have any. Let me look at the calendar before I even spout some bullshit to you guys. I want to make sure that I'm not spouting bullshit to you guys. Let me go ahead and look at the calendar. Let's see what we got in there for the calendar. Let's see. Right. Who's Colonel Frontbutt? Exactly that. Could you imagine Russians being there? What the fuck is Zonk? America's just run away like Bomba is coming. Like Sod Bomba. Okay, so tomorrow we have what do we got going on? Tomorrow's a show day for Friday Night Freedom. Yeah, it's not a bye week. So tomorrow, the 23rd of June, Cause and his rotating guest host, co-host is going to be up. It's probably going to be my son, my clone, Massey, who's already amassed, several ex-wives, and he's sort of looking like me anyway. So whatever. So he might be on there in the show as well. Okay, there you go. He is with Massey. All right, and then I think we got Pop Culture Warrior is going to be out for the next 2 weeks, and his next show is not going to be until after the 4th of July. And his guest at that time is going to be David Hayter. Hate. I should say that. David Hayter. He's the he is the voice actor for Solid Snake for Metal Gear Solid. That's who David Hayter is. It's the Massey takeover, exactly. He's going to be on he's going to be on the 11th. So make sure you tune into that. And then Wednesday we're going to have Darian Lay. She's going to come back and shoot the shit. I think she was a guest on my show on the Monday edition. And that'll be cool. She's going to be on Shoot the Breeze. And then what the hell? WTF Nation Radio, you're on the air.
Hey, this is Major Rick Dixon. What's going on?
Oh, hey, what's going on?
Am I allowed to dial into Sergeant's time? I sent that on Twitter, but I didn't know if I was allowed to.
You could dial in. Well, first off, you got no problem dialing in. Oh, well, second, ladies and gentlemen, this is can I say who you are, Major? Can I say who you are, Major?
Yeah, my name, yeah.
Yeah, you're Major Rick. This is Major Rick Dixon. He is the Public Affairs Officer for the United States Army John F. Kennedy Special Warfare Center and School and Special Operations Center of Excellence. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. What's up, man?
I don't know. I just saw that you were on the air. I saw it was Sergeant's time. I was a former sergeant a long time ago. So I caught the tail end of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But, I didn't know the hours or whatever. Just wanted to call in and chat.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is Sergeant's time. We broadcast from 8 p.m. until 10 o'clock. So you're like a minute and a half out of finishing up the show for us. So what you got, man?
I guess I'm on officer time then. I guess. Nothing really. I guess I'll just say that I love our NCOs. They're the backbone of the Army still. Proud to have been one at one point. And thanks for all you're doing out there with your show.
Oh, well, thanks, Rick. I appreciate that. I'm going to be Bragg. Did you hear about did you hear the story? Did you hear what's going on about the Dickinson mock-up? I'll send you a DM. It's going to happen on the 17th of July. Awesome. The rededication of the makeups, of the mock-up. So I can't wait. I'll give you deets on that. So I'll be, all right, good. I'll be back so we can knock out some selfies and have some chow again.
All right. Sounds good, man.
All right, brother, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Oh, shit. That was fast. Damn. All right. There we go. That was Major Rick Dixon. Thank you so much for calling in, brother. At any rate, what was I talking about before? I was doing housekeeping before. What is it with majors interrupting shit? I'm just kidding, Rick. I'm just breaking balls. We all know that we all hate majors, but you used to be an NCO, so that'll be good. That's a good freaking balance, I guess. Anyways, so today you're listening to Sergeant's Time. If you guys are on Kick, you're listening to Sergeant's Time channel. There's going to be the other channels that you see, the Monday edition, Pop Culture Warrior, other ones coming up. I think, let's see, it looks like we got some, Pop Culture Warrior is going to be out the net for a couple weeks and stuff like that. And then we have bye week next week. We got the 4th of July coming up. There will be no show on Tuesday because it's the 4th of freaking July. There will be a show on Monday, though, the 3rd of July. So, back and forth in that. And then, of course, don't forget that I'll be hanging out at Fort Liberty, Fort Bragg in middle of July. So I can't wait. Thank you guys for hanging out, shooting the shit. Don't forget, we are broadcasting live on 2 Facebook pages, Twitter, Kick, and YouTube. 6 shows a week at 8 o'clock. So I'm excited. That's pretty cool. So right now, I guess, tomorrow, Friday Night Freedom. Saturday's the day off. Sunday's Sports Bar. Monday edition myself. Tuesday, Pop Culture Warrior. And then Wednesday with the Smoke Pit. So, anywho, y'all have a good weekend. And how is he at LandNav? Bro, he was... Major Dixon is a good dude, man. Like I said, he was... He went to the officer side of the house, and I only break balls with him when he's a major. But anyways, check out Kick. It's pretty cool. Right now, we're currently broadcasting on the top 5 of the podcast. So I am honored, Kick. Thank you so much for posting that stuff. We're on the top. Oh, there's more people following, and there you go. So thanks again. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and don't forget to tune in tomorrow to Friday Night Freedom with Cause and Massey. So, shots. See ya. We don't want to be you. Well, I do want to be you. You guys. Without you guys, we wouldn't exist. So, thanks again. Thanks again for tuning in. Shots.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Sometimes when I look at, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, I think it's WTF Army or something.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.